ahead on lunch break. Cedar Point made its big announcement today. We're going to tell you what it is as they get ready to celebrate their 150th season. Also, the UK has just finished a research project. Would you be less likely to consume this bag of Doritos if you knew it would take 25 minutes of running to burn off those calories? Also, we're making dog treats here in studio today, and we've brought our dogs to work to test the product.
It's your lunch break with Jay Crawford.
Hello again. Thank you so much for joining us for lunch break. Come on in to the lunch table. I'm Jay Crawford, joined today by Maureen Kyle. We have dogs in studio today, so everything is automatically better.
I love how you're probably going to hear a random bark every once in a while, because as we've been preparing, I'm hearing barking, and you're going to want to see these treats for sure that we have coming up.
I just love the fact that my dogs are with me at work today.
They are. I haven't seen your dogs.
Yes, Layla and Maddie are here.
I must have been brushing my hair or something.
And they know they're getting treats. I told them, and they're excited. Okay, first up on lunch break today, Cedar Point turning 150 years old next spring, and today, Maureen, is 150 days before the season opener. Yeah. So they had a big announcement planned. We were all huddled around the TV in the newsroom. It started at 11 o'clock. They just wrapped up. And here is some of what they announced that's coming this year to Cedar Point. I think the biggest takeaway, Maureen, at least for me, was their food services is about to get dramatically better. Their food offerings in the past haven't been terrific compared to some parks, but they're going to, when you walk in the main entrance of the park, there used to be a refreshment stand on the left. It was kind of nondescript, really.
Yeah.
Signage didn't even really let you know what it is. It's going to look like this now, which I think is really cool.
It's fantastic.
So it's French Quarter Connection.
Yeah, and just the aesthetic of that makes it look higher end, and I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
Then you feel like you're getting some sort of luxury.
Something special's going on in there, and obviously all kinds of New Orleans and French cuisine themed foods. That to me is a big hit. Do you remember, you probably don't, you're too young, when I was a kid, I'd say in the 80s, they used to sell juice drinks around the park, and they were in little containers that were shaped like the fruit.
Okay.
And I used to save them, take them home.
You know what?
Vaguely familiar?
Vaguely familiar. Like so, those were around my house at some point, yeah.
Those are coming back.
Oh, great.
A couple of other things. They're going to have a Snake River Expedition, which is a boat ride that babies and adults, grandma can get on. They'll have a nightly parade, which the still from the parade, this artist rendition, makes it look like it's going to be really cool. One of the floats looks like a roller coaster. Yeah. So that's kind of neat. And the big one that for me anyhow was they will be giving away 150 tickets of a lifetime. So 150 people will win this lifetime pass and 3 more to gift to family members. Yeah. So, and you can go online and they start giving those away in February.
I think that's cool. Like all the announcements, it's like if you can win a lifetime pass, like the golden ticket, like the Willy Wonka ticket. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Stephanie Haney was monitoring Twitter while all this was going on. Thumbs up, thumbs down on today's announcement.
Huge thumbs up. People are super excited about all the Cedar Point announcements today, particularly the corral. Chelsea Brown tweeted a sweet story about her family, how they met while working at Cedar Point during the summer in the 80s. Her brother and sister worked there, and they were watching the stream today, very excited about the corral specifically, and shared a picture of her niece in front of the TV, in front of what the corral is going to look like when it reopens.
Very neat.
And some people were also very excited about the Cedar Point parade. One user said they think it's going to be better than Disney's Magic Happens.
Wow, that's a high bar.
Yeah.
Right?
If it beats Disney's parade, then Cedar Point is doing something right. I was a little disappointed, Maureen, because there was someone holding up a sign in the background that said 500 feet in 2021, question mark. So I'm thinking they're going to announce this huge roller coaster ride that will be 500 feet high, which would be 200 feet higher than the tallest roller coaster there now. And at the end of it, they were looking at questions on the live YouTube stream, and they were saying, we see a lot of questions about 500 feet. There's no 500-foot roller coaster.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was a little bit of a bait and switch.
Maybe the parade will go 500 feet or something.
Maybe.
You know, maybe that's what I meant.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
All right, one of the big talkers today, Time Magazine's 2019 Person of the Year was announced, and it is Greta Thunberg. The Swedish teen became a global conscious for climate change and environmental activism, so you know who she is. You know this face. She's 16. She looks like she's 12. And you might remember her because because she first made global headlines for sailing across the Atlantic in August on a zero-emission sailboat. But her fame really started when she was 15 and was protesting outside the Swedish parliament alone during school hours to fight climate change. And she held up a sign that translates to "School Strike for the Climate." Hundreds of students joined in on the Fridays for the Future movement. Thunberg has met with world leaders to push for climate change. Her message is for her generation, asking older generations to make the changes now for the future of our children. And I just think, you know, there are people who are critics, there are people who are supporters. What were you doing when you were 15? Because I was not trying to change the world in this type of impact. And she's fantastic at it.
I think that's really the message. If a year ago someone would have told her parents she's going to be the global face of young people and the fight against climate change, who would have believed that? Yet she now is a global figure. Time magazine has named her as their Person of the Year. The message here really is you can change the world.
Yeah.
No matter how old you are, if you're committed enough to a cause, you can make a difference. Pretty cool, really.
Yeah, she's had an impact.
Next on the menu, this is interesting, a new way to lose weight. It's called pace labeling. Researchers in the UK looked at 14 different studies, Maureen, that labeled food not just with a calorie count, but also with how many minutes you'd need to exercise to burn off that item. And what they found was the average participant actually consumed about 65 calories less per meal, which made a difference of 200 calories per day. And it's stunning. So people like to grab a quick bag of Doritos, right? And say, let's eat some Doritos. I looked for a bag of Doritos, small bag, the snack size bag. There's like 20 some chips. You'd have to run 25 minutes to burn off those 260 calories. And when it's presented like that, I can see how it would make a huge difference in the snack consumption in particular.
Yes. I think that's the big thing, is that's a snack, right?
Yeah.
Like the bag of Doritos is a snack.
No nutritional value.
And you exercise, I exercise. When I think, okay, I ran 25 minutes, maybe that was like 2.5 miles, let's say, pace-wise.
Right.
So then, you know, a lot of people then think, well, I can have the burger and fries for dinner. And it's not, it's the snack. And that's what really puts it in perspective.
It is. And I'll tell you, there's something to it. Although we reached out to the Cleveland Clinic, and I was surprised by this. One of their dietitians said she doesn't think it's a good idea. She's basically saying that you're supposed to look at food more as a nutritional item and not so much as a punishment.
I see that.
And
Because
I can see that too.
I'll log my food in an app, and I'll have half an avocado, and that's a lot of calories.
Yeah, and when you
nutritionally, it's great.
Yeah, but when you realize how long it takes to burn off a donut, I think you're much less likely to just grab a donut and mindlessly eat it.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is time to see what's clicking in Cleveland, so we're going to go back with digital anchor Stephanie Haney.
We're taking a look back this year, guys. Big picture. Google every year releases their 2019 search trends. We've got the top 10 in Cleveland. These are the people, topics, events, and places that have captured the world's attention this year. First up, in Cleveland, irs.gov/refund. Excuse me, no, irs.gov refund, no slash in there. People just wanted to know where their money was. Second up, we have Nipsey Hussle, who was shot to death in March, followed by third Cameron Boyce, the Disney star who unfortunately unexpectedly died of a seizure in July. Rounding out the top 5 at 4, we have Antonio Brown, 5, Captain Marvel, and then switching to the bottom 5 at number 6, we had Disney Plus with the new streaming service. Number 7, Game of Thrones, coming in with that final season. 8th in Cleveland was Avengers Endgame, parts of which were shot here in Cleveland by the Russo brothers. And of course, the Russo brothers are now here shooting the film Cherry. And then at 9th, we have Myles Garrett.
Wow.
Thanks to that fight with the Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph. That happened pretty recently, and we see that moment right there. And then coming in 10th, we have Lori Loughlin, who, of course, we know that's related to the college admissions bribery scandal. So that's our top 10. Something else that's trending on our website right now, we look at holiday travel coming up, these are clothes that are getting people kicked off of airplanes. You might have seen that Hail Satan t-shirt worn by a woman who was on an American Airlines flight. Her name's Swati Rooney Goyle. She was told she had to change or get off the flight because her shirt was offensive. And then the crew asked her if she knew what offensive meant. She said, these were her words, quote, "I'm a foreign-born minority woman. I understand offensive, and this shirt is not offensive," end quote. Now, if you don't know, the shirt is actually not promoting Satan as in the devil, but it's promoting the Satanic Temple, which is a non-religious organization that promotes social justice, equal opportunity, and the separation of church and state. But take planes for other things like Ugg boots, and this Houston doctor, Tisha Rowe, in July, who was kicked off for wearing this romper because she told it was too revealing. In this case, though, Goyle got to stay on the plane after she covered up. She was wearing her husband's T-shirt, so she was allowed to stay on the plane. Hubby coming in there to save the day. American Airlines did apologize.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope because what's offensive to some may be just standard for others.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know how you measure offensive enough to be kicked off a plane.
Right, a plane.
I wouldn't want to be the
people
judge
want to be
of that.
comfortable on a plane. That's where it starts to get the lines blurred. All right, well, next on the menu, we've got a story for you that is so fetch. The cast of Mean Girls, the musical, opens, talk about the play and the message they want you to remember.
Okay, you should just know that we don't do this a lot, so this is like a really huge deal.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week.
Oh, it's okay. Coolness. So we'll see you tomorrow.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Yes, on Wednesdays we wear pink, although this camera makes my dress look red.
It is pink.
It is pink.
It is
we
pink,
are
I
dressed
promise.
in pink.
Yeah, we did get the memo.
Yeah, we did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're talking about this because there's a new play, the version of the movie that's here. Tina Fey wrote it, which I think is great, and her husband actually composed the music for it. That is Northeast Ohio native Jeff Richmond, and the hit movie is playing at Playhouse Square. Will Hewitt decided to go check it out. Take a look.
It's Mean Girls with just a bit more showmanship.
Love the movie. I grew up with the movie.
I feel like I've quoted this movie 10 times a day since it came out.
Mean Girls the musical tells the same story as the hit film. A girl goes from being homeschooled in Africa to a suburban high school and discovers all the drama that comes with it, like the group of
Mean Girls.
or Plastics, as they're dubbed, the ruthless, popular girls that run the school, just like the actresses playing the Plastics, right?
No.
No. Theater nerd.
I like video games. I don't think I'm the popular kid now.
It's a comedy the cast is hoping will have your side splitting but also your eyes opening to the deeper message.
Find yourself, find where you belong, what makes you you and what makes you special.
And also, I think it's big about like how we treat other people. You don't have to be best friends with somebody, but you still should treat them as a human and with dignity and respect.
It's a show the plastics think is...
Oh, very fetch.
And they're sure you'll be leaving the theater saying the same thing.
So fetchist.
Well, at least some form of the phrase.
Fetchtastic?
Fetchtastic.
At Playhouse Square, Will Ewick.
Great work.
3 News.
That looks fun.
I know.
It really does look fun.
I love that movie. So if it's anything like the movie and a little bit extra, it's great. Mean Girls is playing at the Connor Palace through Sunday, December 22nd. And so for ticket information, you can go to our website, wkyc.com. We have all that there.
I have a feeling that's going to be a hit.
Oh, completely. A great date night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Next up, we are learning how to make healthy homemade dog treats, and we have some of the cutest taste testers you'll ever find in studio today. They're going to try the dog treats. That's next on Lunch Break. Hello, Layla. Hi, honey. Come here, Maddie.
Yeah, I got 2 here.
Why not? Sweet.
Excuse me, Mom.
Cutting it into like a smaller size because you don't want they can still choke. You know, the dog will just devour it. So
But there's really nothing that's going to hurt. We need a cleanup in the studio. Clean up in the studio. Mia just made a puddle.
You can see it on the camera.
That's our producer Monique's dog. Monique, how could you possibly?
She's running.
Hey, kids and animals, you never know what you're going to get.
That's true.
You never know.
That's true.
3 loves pets, so we're making sure they don't get forgotten about this holiday season. They need treats too.
Yeah, so we're learning how to make homemade dog treats. Erin Stidel from 3 Dogs Bakery is here to show us how to make the homemade dog treats, and we're making the carob bites, which is safe for dogs, correct?
Correct.
Carob.
exactly.
Not
Carob
chocolate.
does not contain caffeine or sugar, so it's not toxic for dogs. And it's actually pretty palatable to us as well. It's almost like a dark chocolate. It's a little bitter, but it's pretty good.
So what do we start with? How do we
So
make
you want to start with the wet ingredients. So you want to start with the, you can use almond milk or goat's milk if you want to use it, make it for the dogs. And then you add a little bit of honey.
Ooh, so that's going to
So
give
just
it the
a little
sweetness.
Yeah, that'll help to bind the bran.
Because you're really not using butter, right?
Right.
So,
There's no butter, no sugar. Everything is all natural ingredients. All the colors are all natural. Then you're going to add the carob powder. And you would add a little vanilla as well, so you just want to kind of mix that together and then dump in the bran flakes.
just straight bran flakes.
Exactly,
That's it.
yep, a cup and a half of bran flakes.
Do these form together almost like a
They
Rice Krispie
do.
treat? Is
Yeah,
what
so
we're
this
talking
is the
about?
finished product. So you mix it, and then what you're gonna do is just make it into a golf-sized ball, and then you want to refrigerate it for about an hour. So you see there's just, a few ingredients.
No baking.
And it's healthy. Yeah, exactly. This one you don't have to bake. A lot of the treats we do bake in the store though. So we can also personalize when you come to the store. Write the dog's name or a message on there.
Very cool.
So once you get this all mixed together, then you can kind of form the
Tell us about some of the
ball.
other things you have here, because honestly, these look so good. I want to eat them, and I know you say they're human safe. You can.
Yes, they are.
But they lack the sugar and the butter, so I'm sure I won't like them. But what else do we have?
So this is our crunchy peanut butter bone that we can personalize. It's called our Great Big Bone. We have our Rudolph cookie. It's just a wheat-based cookie, and we've decorated it with the naturally sweetened yogurt. So the red is we make it with beet powder to get the coloring, and then our little Rudolph cake, that is our wheat
adorable.
cake. Thank you. We just dipped some little bones in carob to make the antlers. The polar bear's got real coconut on there.
Is there a favorite among pet owners?
Peanut butter is always popular,
Yeah.
so our small bone cake is probably our best-selling cake. We also have large bones, 5-inch rounds, and we have some carrot cake with real carrots and cinnamon in there. And then for the holidays, the snickerdoodles, they smell great. There's cinnamon there, and the Big Nug Latte, I've actually eaten those wafers before. They taste like a vanilla wafer.
I have my 2 Goldens here. Is this size good for one of them?
Yeah, I think they
can
could.
eat that?
Yeah, and you can even break it apart if you want. Yeah,
I can't wait to feed them. Maureen,
So Jay,
grab a
now you
treat.
have to decide which one's nutty, which one's nice.
I already
You
know.
have 2 dogs here.
I already know. Maddie is nice. Layla is naughty.
Oh, poor
But
Layla.
she's so good. Look at them. They're actually pulling
they
to
can't
get to
wait.
this. What is that? Look.
Which
You
one
want-
should I
Now watch
try that?
this.
You
Watch.
can, you can break
This one?
this off.
Ready?
Yeah, and like give it.
Sit. Good girl. And these are chewy, so it's going to take them a while to consume, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that one's crunchy, so
right,
they
so I
won't
have-
wolf it down quite so
I have the
quickly.
reindeer. Oh, Mia, you get some for tinkling everywhere.
Here you go. Mia made a mess. Look,
Here
she's
you go,
running
sweet.
off into
Look
the
at it.
corner
We don't
to
want
eat
anybody
hers.
to. We don't want anybody to fight here. Oh, this is a peanut butter one. So far, it is such a hit. Yep. Drop
And I
that
think
one
it's
for the peanut butter.
4 paws up.
That's
They
right. That's
love
great.
these
Yes.
treats.
Yeah, even picky dogs, I get so much feedback
That's so
that they
cute.
really love the treats.
Aaron, just so people know, where are you located? Where can they get
Yes,
these treats?
I'm at 29th in Detroit. If you're familiar with Saucy Brew Works, I'm within walking distance from Saucy Brew Works, and I also have a parking lot in the back of the store. Parking can be difficult in Ohio City, so off of Church Street, there's a parking lot.
Do you sell them anywhere else? Like, are you in any other shops or anything?
No, the treats that I bake and decorate are just in the store, but there are some other 3-dog treats in like Target and Walmart and online. Yeah, so, but all the treats that we decorate are made in the store, and we only need about 48 hours notice for the cake, so you can call or go onto the website, 3dogbakeryclee.com, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram as well. I post all the seasonal treats there.
Awesome. Perfect for the pet stocking.
Yes.
Pets need treats too for the holidays. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate
coming
it.
in.
And the
These are
dogs,
adorable.
if they could
Appreciate it.
speak, would thank you too.
Yeah.
I think they're very content over there.
Absolutely.
Okay, much more lunch break when we come back after this break. Stay with us. You're going to want to see this. It's the oddest competition I've ever seen. And I'm sorry, I'm not letting anyone slap me across the face for any amount of money. But it's a thing, and it's next. Finally, our Worth the Watch today is wild. Comes to us from Peru, and it's honestly the strangest competition I've ever seen in my life. It's called Extreme Slapping. 16 contestants vying for first place, and a $300 prize, which I'm sorry, that's not nearly enough.
No.
To win, contestants have to not flinch either before or after the smack. Look at this.
Ooh.
Right.
I mean, that guy just got teed off on. Oh my! I can't believe it. And somebody here thought it would be really funny to see what it would look like if that happened to me. And I think that's very cruel, quite honestly.
That is cruel, but I like the different facial expressions.
I didn't flinch at all, so I want my $300.
There you go. Well, I don't know. Whoever made that owes you the $300.
That was Barry.
Yeah.
Barry loves to make fun of me. That's his job here.
Barry.
Can we call the dogs back in to eat some more treats?
We have
Layla,
these
Maddie,
treats.
come here.
Come here, baby.
Come here. Look what we have.
Look at my new best friend.
Yeah. If you give her a treat.
Yeah. Oh, and my bracelet just fell off. That is not a treat. Aw,
Do we want the others to come on out?
Yeah, who needs
Come
a
on
treat?
out. Here, come on.
Come here. Come here,
These
baby.
dogs-
Wrestle any. Well,
Over here,
Look what
buddy.
I have. Oh, sorry, I got this one, Jay.
These dogs hit the lottery today.
I know.
Here you go. Sebastian, right?
Over there.
Samson.
Samson. I was close.
Samson?
Here you go, Samson.
Doesn't even know what Samson's in for. Yeah.
Toast is the French bulldog.
Toast.
Well, they're beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So well
Don't
behaved.
forget,
Yeah,
your
so
dogs
fun.
need treats too for the holidays.
Yeah. Do you have? Do the girls have
Oh yeah,
stockings?
they do.
There we go.
They've been somewhat good.
Stuff them with this.
Thanks for watching Lunch Break. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. And I think these dogs want to live here now because they associate this place with
Yes.
treats.
Let's keep up.
Thanks for making 3 News a part of your afternoon. Watch us live wherever you are on our website, on our apps, and on Hulu and Roku. No matter where you are, 3 News is there.